Hello, Gemini friends. Welcome to my channel. This is the SunWoman, and this reading is for Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising signs for the month of July 2023. I do hope this reading helps you tap into your intuition, maybe manifest your intentions, and helps provide a weather report of sorts of the upcoming energy, so that you know how to move for the month of July. If you would like to work with me privately, I would love for you to join my 3-month Breakthrough and Elevate program, and the link with details is in the description box below. All right, Gemini, so let's get to your reading here. Let me go ahead and clear the energy for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I'm just going to fix my light a little bit more, a little bit light here. Okay. All right, so I will lay down the cards and then I'll just briefly go through the astrological transits. Are they going to be affecting you most this month of July? And then we'll just put the readings together. Okay. Oops. Little resistance. So I feel like you're dealing with some resistance. I don't know if it's another person in your life or if it is your own resistance to change or a resistance to make a choice. But let's see. Ooh. These cards are all over the place, Gemini. What's going on with you? What's going on? I feel like a scattered energy. Okay, Gemini, let's see what we have. We have the Chariot, right? So a need to keep things in balance, keep moving forward. That's the energy that you're coming into out of July and into out of June and into July with. We have the Nine of Cups, which is covering you. Okay. Nine of Cups is wishes come true, hopes, wish, and dreams. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is the dominant energy for the month of July. Put that here. Let me just move things here. All right. We have the Lover's card, which is crowning you at the apex of the reading. So what I did say about making decisions, that card can be a decision card. When it comes in this area, it is also the advice, right? So something that you need to do is falling in this area. Let's see. This is other people in your life. Okay, Eight of Cups. So this is external influences, how other people in your environment are going to be affecting you. Could be partners. The Ace of Cups is coming up as the obstacle here. So that's interesting. I'm not sure what that is about, but we'll see. And then the outcome, wow. Go ahead, Gemini. The outcome is the sun. Look at that. Look how pretty that looks with my sunflower. And all the sunflowers on the card. That's super. So outcome is the sun. So listen, who's better than you this month, Gemini? Nobody. This is probably the best reading. Pretty much, maybe second best. But this is up there in the top 3 that I've done so far. So that's a good thing. Let me go ahead and tell you what's at the base of the deck. We got the Page of Wands. This was also under, let me see, was it Pisces or Aquarius? Might have been Aquarius, okay? But communication here, messages coming in, important messages, text, emails, that's going to help propel you forward this month. All right, so let's take a look at the transits just quickly. So for you, Gemini, you've got the full moon in Capricorn that is going to be falling in your 8th house on July 3rd. So 8th house is other people's resources. There is definitely it could be a little stressful for you, Gemini. I'm going to say this, especially when I have the Eight of Cups in the area that rules other people in your life. So someone could be leaving your life or deciding that they want to move on. If that's the case, they may be taking their support, financial support with them. I hope that is not the case for you, but it very well may be, because with the sun in Cancer, which is your 2nd house, and then the moon in Capricorn, which is the eighth house. Someone could be, very tied, someone that you're tied to emotionally, could be going through some changes and kind of wanting to move on or move away or go in a different direction. Okay. So that could be the case here, but I don't think that that's going to be really a big cause of issues for you, because I think you still got things under control, Gemini. And what is going to be even better for you is that you have that new moon in Cancer that's falling in your house, falling in your second house of your own resources, your own money, your own skills, talents, what you bring to the table. That's happening on July 13th. So if someone walks away from you, if someone takes their toys and decides that they're going to go home, if someone pulls back financial support, um, or their resources in some way. It could be just their physical presence, right, as being a moral support to you. If that person, and it might not even be a malicious thing, it could be that someone just needs to move on to a different trend, a different point in their own life. Could be moving away from you to a distance, moving to another country, moving to another city, state. So because of their own journey, they have to, move on from the journey, the portion of the journey that they spent with you. What you do is you wish them love, and you send them light, and you pray for them, for their success and for their protection and their for blessings to fall down on them, and then you move on. So I don't think that you're going to have any deficit of your own resources to be able to take care of yourself and your own concerns, because that new moon in Cancer is going to be providing. So you may have a new source of income that opens up. You may have a talent or a gift or a skill that you decide to put out there to the public. You could be, Cancer rules the home and family. You could be starting a business from home, or some kind of side hustle or side gig from home, or your own, again, your own creative project that could end up being financially successful for you and bring in income to support you and to make up for whatever that is that may have been, that you may have lost, or that may have been taken away from you through a partner, for instance. Okay. Gemini, you do also have Saturn and Neptune retrograde in your 10th house. So interesting as well. Let me also mention that the eighth house, though, where the full moon is going to be, that is the house of taxes, inheritances, loans. So there may be possibly an emotional situation that occurs about those areas in your life, that may need to be resolved. Things may come to a head, and you have to kind of take care of business and, resolve, finally resolve whatever that issue is. So just keep that in mind as well regarding the eighth house. The eighth house is also the house of sexuality. So, there could be some revelations regarding your own sex life, your sexual needs. You could come to a realization that what you are getting from your partner maybe does not satisfy you. Or there could be a coming to an understanding and agreement with the partner about how to please each other, right? Maybe something that was not talked about or spoken about before, but that could kind of be addressed and entertained as a possible, as something that could possibly enhance the relationship. The eighth house is also death, the house of death. But it can be literal, and it can also be figurative. So again, no one is saying that you or anyone around you is going to die. The eighth house is about major transformation. So the death of one phase of your life and the beginning of a new one. So with that full moon there, again, a phase of your life could be coming to a close, even if, it's a relationship with someone, or again, financial support that you were getting from elsewhere, maybe funding from some sorts that is non relationship related may dry up, and you might have to now, lean on your own abilities and your own resources. Okay. Now, going back to what I was mentioning about Pisces in the 10th house, that is your career house. That is kind of your standing in the world, how the world sees you. Your contribution to society, your boss, your employers. So with the retrograde Neptune and Saturn, I want you to be very careful as far as career choices are concerned. Make sure that you vet situations, offers, opportunities very carefully before you sign on the dotted line. There could be some things that are undercover or that are not divulged to you when the offer is presented, and that you'll find out about later on, that may have that where you may have chosen to go in a different direction. So be careful with that. Also be very careful about the way that you present yourself to the world. It could be through your social media, could be where you go, who you spend time with. Whatever you're doing out in the public is going to be that 10th house. So be careful about maybe overindulging, whether it's drinking, drugs, some kind of foreign substance, right? Whatever that might be, because things could go a little, something could happen that could damage your reputation. And also be careful about what you post on social media, because make sure that it's good, it's kosher enough for your employers to see it, right? Because what you post could affect your job position. If they feel that what it is that how you're representing yourself is doesn't align with the company that you work for, perhaps. Okay. Also, there could be extra work, could be some heavy responsibilities related to work that are kind of thrust on you for the next 2 years. Um, know that whatever hard work that you have to do right now, it will set you up for success in the future. Even if it, just gives you a better understanding about what hard work is all about, or just shows people how much responsibility you can carry. It can also put you in a position to be in a position of leadership in the future. So you may be in kind of a proving ground for the next 2 years, and depending on how well you carry the responsibility that is put on you, could affect your long-term career trajectory. Okay, so when Saturn leaves and it goes into Aries, it will leave you with a gift, okay, in your career house. Um, Okay, so, and then the last aspect here we have is Mars and Venus in Leo. So Leo is a very compatible sign with you. It's a sextile. Leo is in your third house. So you have Mars, which is a lot of energy as far as communication. So you could find yourself very busy as far as emails, phone calls, meetings, paperwork, signing contracts, different tasks that you have to do, that are written or the spoken word. Something that you could do could bring you fame and be very well known with Leo on your third house. You could be an actor, or, a comedian, or someone, who becomes well known because of your energetic delivery. But also Mars can cause conflict and argumentativeness, especially in that third house. So be careful of getting into arguments and conflict and, a verbal aggression, being verbally aggressive towards others. It's not going to you know, there won't be a good outcome because you'll be seen as the bully. So you don't want to be seen that way. So be careful about how you speak to people. The third house is our brothers and sisters. So be careful with your relationship with your brother, with your siblings, that you're not being overly aggressive, being hurtful of their feelings. Think before you speak. There may be some competitiveness there that just doesn't have a place in a loving sibling relationship. So be careful of that. And then Venus retrograde in that third house. Again, be careful as far as speaking with love partners. Be thoughtful about what you say. Mars, in addition to retrograde Venus, can kind of be thoughtless as to the feelings of others and maybe selfish about your own needs. So be careful how you're communicating your needs in the third house while Mars is there. And yeah, so those are the main influences right now that are going to be affecting you. Let me just see Mars. Yeah, Mars in Leo as of July 1st. All right, so let's just take a look here what's going on as far as your reading. So I do see, again, the Chariot. You're coming out of June and into July in control, moving forward, making progress. Some of you, with Mars in the third house, be careful driving and traveling short distances, right? So if you're taking public transportation or if you're driving around locally, be careful, be mindful, be alert that, because accidents can happen with Mars in the third house that rules, cars and transportation. Be aware of your surroundings if you're traveling on public transportation. Be mindful of, who is there and keep your spidey sense going when you're in public. But as far as progress and movement, the Chariot is here, so I really feel that you're going to do a good job keeping things on an even keel, keeping things balanced, moving your life trajectory forward, and that's how you're coming into July, really in control. You're in charge. You're large and in charge. The Nine of Cups is a wish coming true. So something that you are hoping for in July is going to happen. I don't know what that is. Let's see what the dominant suits here. It looks like cups. So you have the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Cups, and the Lover's card. So what this says to me, again, it could be a partnership situation. We talked about that eighth house and partners. Partners' resources. So for some of you, there could be a wish coming true regarding a relationship. Very weird. I just got this, but some of you could be happy that someone walks away. Like it could have been something that's been bubbling up over the years and you didn't want to be the bad guy and you kind of waited the situation out, or the bad girl, and this other person kind of decided they'd have had enough and walk away from the situation. So it could be something like that. But it's not that you don't still have love for this person. It just may be that this it's a new phase in your life, and as I said, someone wants to move on and you're not prepared to follow them. So neither bad or good, just it is what it is. Be careful, again, as far as overdoing it with alcohol or partying too hard. The Nine of Cups can talk about overindulgent. I see a lot of cups here. Okay, a lot of cups, and she looks really satisfied and relaxed there. So, oh, what does that say? Is that a W? Oh no, this looks like Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn. So someone could be a Capricorn in your life that's significant. Um, yeah, but there is some win, and I think that you're coming into July with the Chariot as having been successful in something, or a wish coming true. The Three of Pentacles means you're still going to be working hard. That's that same energy that we talked about, hard work and responsibility. I see you working with a team of people. So, you're not an island. You're not going to be by yourself in whatever you're doing. You do have people around you who have similar goals and, who are also working with you to like a joint outcome. I do see you perhaps gaining new skills. So if you have the opportunity for training, for taking classes on something or taking a course or seminar, something like that, take advantage of that because, you definitely want to upskill. That's the way it is now in the job market. People have a higher regard for skills than they actually do for degrees at this point. So, what I was telling you about that third house being highly, influencing you now, you may be learning how to use social media or how to do marketing or how to start a YouTube channel or some new skill that second house you're going to be able to build a possibly an income from it. Okay, it's not going to be a lot of money, so it's not like the 10 of pentacles or even the 9 of pentacles, but it could be steady income that you earn from your own efforts. All right. The advice here, the Lover's card on for you is it's time to make a decision. It's time to make a choice. Some of you may have been sitting on the fence. I think you know what the answer is, you know what the choice is, and you know what you need to do. So if this reading resonates with you, then you already know what this choice and this decision is. Some of you, it may be having to let someone go. For some of you, it may be choosing someone else or the choice between two people in your life, right? Gemini, you're a dual sign. So, you can be very changeable. You can be very enigmatic. Okay. Gemini, the Lovers is your card. And it appeared here for you. So this is significant as your advice. So be that Gemini. Do what Gemini does, but always try and do the highest, the exaltation of your sign. Right. So what is the best thing that I can do that's aligned with who I am? For you, Gemini, it's about being talented, being a master communicator, being able to get along with all kinds of people from all walks of life and feeling comfortable in a room full of, totally different people from all walks of life. It is youthfulness. You have an exuberant nature, and your Geminis are like forever young because your minds work very quickly. You can process information very quickly. You are master communicators. Foreign languages sometimes come easy for Geminis because of that mental dexterity. So really, it's going to take a lot of dexterity this month to kind of process everything that's going on here. But I think, there's no question. The sun is in the outcome. What are we talking about here as obstacle? The Ace of Cups. Interesting. Why is the Ace of Cups the obstacle? Well, the Ace of Cups can talk about love, but the Ace of Cups can also talk about an overwhelming amount of emotion. And you, as an air sign, may have a difficult time processing emotions. This card is connected to the Eight of Cups. So it could be a hard time you processing the emotions of letting go of someone, or moving on from a situation, and that could pose itself as an obstacle because you can still love someone and not be with them, right? But you don't want to make that a obstacle to your progress. So the Ace of Cups is a beautiful card about planting a seed of love, an emotional seed. Some of you may be reluctant to start new. You don't want to start all over again. Maybe you think you're too old to, or you don't want to be bothered, or you've been hurt in the past, and the idea of starting a new relationship for you is scary. But this card here says, don't be afraid of love. There's a gift. The angel or the universe is trying to hand you a cup of love. All right, and there's that W. Oh, I see. Understand. The W is actually the designer and the author of the cards. Wyspell. Wyspell. So that W keeps coming up. But W could be significant in your life as well. You might know someone, or a partner could have the initial W in their name. Okay. All right, and the outcome, well, it doesn't get any better than this. Gemini, you've got the sun. So the sun talks about good health, vitality, success. Some of you could be going on vacation in July, spending some time in the sun by the beach. Make sure you wear your sunscreen. Some of you could be spending time with children. Again, there was a possibility of that. Uh, with that Leo energy, communicating with children, taking short trips back and forth with children. But it's a successful card. It's a card of success. And I love it here with my sunflowers and the sunflowers on the card. I love this. So there's, she's waving a banner. So she's triumphant. She's joyful. She feels great in her own skin. And that's how you should be feeling, Gemini, because you're building. You see that wall there? That is like a foundational wall for me. I love that. And there's a unicorn. What is more unique than a unicorn? Be that unicorn, Gemini. Okay, that so super special, ultra special being, that you're so different and unique from anyone else. Just be yourself. That combination of the lovers and the sun, amazing. And again, if love presents itself, you really have a green light. I mean, I can't tell you any clearer. With the Nine of Cups, the lovers, the Ace of Cups, and the sun, this is a green light for love. This is a green light for starting something new, for getting into a relationship. Nine of Cups is a karmic gift. You paid your dues, and now a blessing is being bestowed to you in the form of the Ace of Cups. The outcome here, or the underlying energy, is the Page of Wands. So I do see this definitely resonates with Gemini. A lot of communication, phone calls, text messages, emails, messenger, people sliding into your DMs. So definitely communication. I think that is going to be the key for you. So get out there, do what you do best, which is talk to people. Okay, don't be afraid to talk to people. Don't be afraid to connect with people. Don't be afraid to seek out people who have common interests to you, with you, and enjoy their company. That is here, and it's being offered to you, and it's a blessing. So be willing to reach out. You know, I've lost my camera. Be willing to reach out and grasp that cup that's being offered to you. Okay, it's a gift. It's a gift from heaven. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull one card here of the runes from modern life and see what the message is here for you. Page of Cups can also be a child or a very young energy in your life, so it could be your child. It is a fire sign, so it could be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo child. Okay, let's see. What's the rune card for Gemini? Rune for Gemini. Okay. Ooh, Rado. Rado is about travel. Rado is about picking up, packing your bags, and not being afraid to, seek foreign shores. So if you get the chance to travel, this could be a good time. You could meet someone through travel. You could be traveling with someone. Some of you, there may even be a situation where you decide that wherever this other person in your life needs to go to, that you're going to follow. So they may not be leaving you. You may be traveling or moving on or moving away or relocating with that person, possibly. But definitely solo travel and solo exploration. See how she's got the camera, so she's taking pictures. She is visiting somewhere she's never been before, and she wants to capture this memory, right? Let's see some of the places on here. I see the Eiffel Tower, So Paris, France. I see the maple leaf, so that's Canada. I see a kangaroo, so possibly Australia. I also see a palm tree and a pineapple, so that could be any number of places. Jamaica just jumped in my head. Puerto Rico, Hawaii. These could possibly be destinations for you in the month of July. Rado absolutely is the same energy as the chariot. Movement, 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 movement is going to be your luck. Um, and beneficial to you in July 2023. Oh, there's that sun right there on the hood of the chariot. Love it. Egypt. You see the two sphinx here? So Egypt could be somewhere that you're going to visit as well. All right, well, that is your reading, Gemini. Thank you so much. I hope this reading was helpful and resonated for you. Again, if you love the reading and you would love to work with me privately, I would love for you to join my 3-month Breakthrough and Elevate program, and the link with the details is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Gemini. Be well. I will see you next month. Bye-bye.